A few thoughts on electric cars. I'm not against them. I think they're a good idea. I'm not sure they've put the work in yet to actually make them viable. There's certainly not the infrastructure in to charge them up wherever you happen to be. I mean, at the moment, if you travel to, I don't know, Wales or somewhere, and you're in a little village, if you run out of power, you're pretty much stuffed. There's nowhere else really around that you can charge it. I live in a small village and we've got 3 chargers there, but I know a lot of villages haven't, and this is the main problem. You can find yourself stuck in a village, middle of nowhere, no charge. What do you do? Every single little village has a garage. Now, surely the infrastructure needs to be put in place before these are wheeled out properly, that people can actually charge them like you can fill up a petrol car or diesel car now. The other problem with charging, of course, is it can take 1 to 5 hours to charge your car up. Now, compare that to filling up your tank with diesel or petrol, and that's a hell of a difference. It's okay if you're going to a hotel and you're going to be there overnight, you can plug it in and pick it up in the morning and away you go. But that's not really viable, as again, as I said, if you're on a journey somewhere, I don't know, you're going from one end of the country to the other, you would need to fill up your battery again. And the problem with that, of course, is that you'd have to be hanging around for 4 or 5 hours at a service station somewhere on the motorway to fill your car up, which wouldn't really be very practical for most people, especially if you're travelling with a family. The other problem with them, of course, is the weight. On average, they're 750 pounds heavier than a normal car. Obviously, this is averages. I'm not going into specifics. And this can cause problems with things like car parking. If you go into a multi-storey car park, they're not designed to take a lot of cars of that weight. So you'd have to spend money, of course, on strengthening all these car parks, to say nothing of the damage done to the roads by them because of the extra weight. The roads aren't designed to cope with that type of weight. Another problem that somebody came up with to me about was that they were on a motorway and there was a traffic jam. They were going along about 3 or 4 miles an hour or whatever, and they got to the end of the problem, but their battery was flat, so they conked out, and they had to get the car towed off the motorway to a charger before they could continue in their journey. But of course that added to the chaos that was on the motorway at the time, so that in itself isn't ideal. Lithium batteries. I didn't know a lot about lithium batteries, so I looked it up. I'll put the link in below if anybody else wants to have a look at it. Lithium mining does incredible damage to the countryside around it. It makes fertile fields infertile because of the way it's mined. Respiratory problems are rife amongst the people who actually work trying to dig this lead-based lithium out. And the only plus to all this, of course, is that the recycling has been put in place. So you can actually recycle the batteries once they're used up, which everything does, of course. Nothing lasts forever, unfortunately. But then again, you've got the problem of replacing the battery once you've done that. Now, the batteries range in price from £4,000 to £15,000. Just think about that for a moment. I don't know how long these batteries last for. I'll be interested if anybody does know, can let me know, because I couldn't really find anything out about it on the trusty Google. I mean, put it in the comments below if anybody does actually know the answer to that. I'd be quite interested to find out. But it does seem a hell of... I mean, I bulk at paying £100 to replace the battery in my car. I can't imagine having to pay 4 to 15 grand, depending on the size of the car I've got, to replace the battery. That does seem an awful lot. I'm saying I'm not against them. I think it's a good idea. I think it's something that is probably necessary. We do need to get off fossil fuels. There's no doubt about that. There are other alternatives, as hydrogen, which is probably, in my opinion, probably the way forward. But who knows? Wiser heads than mine will probably try and deal with that problem. Anyway, that's about it for this one. If you've got any suggestions that you'd like me to talk about or stick my two penn'orth in, please leave it in the comments below. And like and subscribe if that is your want. Okay, I'll see you at my next little ramble. Good day.